All right, guys, what's going down, man? This is your boy, DJ Just J with Just Dimes ENT, and I am your humble host of The Soto You Dig. Like to give a shout out to everybody out there in the building. I'm going to give you guys a moment to get in here. As you guys know, we follow a show format, and what that format is we give everybody enough time to get here. We give everybody a shout out, everybody that's supporting the show, donates, and all of that good stuff. We shout out everybody. I don't care how long it takes. We're going to do that because I want to make sure and show some love and appreciation for everybody that comes through and watches us on a regular basis. After that, we will play the show music to the Soto You Dig, and after that, we'll start the show. That's the way it goes. That's the way it's going to continue to go. Everybody seems to be pretty happy with it, so we're going to continue to go in that direction. So that is a disclaimer for you guys, because I'll be watching y'all comments and y'all be saying some wild stuff out there, but I'll be cracking up at it. I think it's funny, but all in all, it's all love. Again, man, I'd like to shout out you guys and thank you. We've already got some moderators posting the links out there. That is amazing. We already have 21 people watching. That is amazing. How about that? Want to give a shout out to the people that are already here. Let's say what's up to Treesus in the building. What's going on, Treesus? My guy Cole Davidson from Twitch is in the building. What's going on? Icy Gods is in the building. What's happening? Says, I never smacked my head so hard before. Okay, awesome. Uriah Peavy is in the building. What's going on, my guy? Pete the Pirate is in the building. What's going on, my brother? Let's see, who else do we have here? Ty Sands. Let me give a shout out to Ty Sands. I don't know if she's going to be able to make this particular show, but shout out to my sister Ty Sands in the building. Let's see, who else do we have? Evil Piggies is back. What's going on, bro? How are you? Nice to see you back. Kyle23 is in the building. What's going down, my brother? Leslie Taylor is in the building. What's going on, sis? How are you? John Gilliam is in the building. What's happening? Black Voice is in the building. What's going on, bro? Black Voice, if you are hearing my voice, Black Voice, then make sure you shoot me an email, bro. So I'll be checking that here in a little bit to see if you get back with me, and we'll go from there. I think I already said what's up to Roger Cash. If not, then what's going on, Roger Cash in the building? What's up? CJ Gunn is in the building. What's going on? Pandorians, my sister, Pandorian 7 Boxes is in the building. What's happening? How are you? Jay Wade is in the building. What's going on, Jay Wade? And again, thank you to my sister Pam for posting the links out there. That is the PayPal button. That is the Patreon button. That is the t-shirt button. So if you guys want to show some love and support for the show, that is at your discretion. If you guys want to show some love for what we do and appreciation and support the platform, an easy way to do that is to hit our PayPal, which is just down here at the bottom of the screen, paypal.me/DJJustJOK. Or you guys can show some long-term support. If you guys want to hit the Patreon, it is patreon.com/DJJustJOK. And if you guys want to check out the t-shirts, we have some really nice t-shirts on the website. If you guys will check that third link, or you guys can check the very last link that Pandorians posted. That is from spreadshirt.com/DJJustJOK. These are the life t-shirts, which means love yourself first every day. Y'all make sure and check out those t-shirts. So I got me and Jay McLovin some of those t-shirts, man. So they're awesome. We're going to continue to keep that cracking. Also give a shout out to Spank Buddha in the building. What's going on? Anthony Cantor is in the building. What's going on? Uh-oh, wait a minute. I missed a lot of names. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Jimmy D is in the building. What's going on? I remember Jimmy D. What's up, Jimmy D? Bruce Taylor's in the building. What's up, bro? How are you? Amanda K is in the building. What's happening? My sister Kelly is in the building. What's going on? Good to see you back, my sister Kelly. Let's see. Forte. Let me see. That is 7. Forte 7, I believe. I think that's correct. But what's going on? Paul from H-Town is in the building. What's happening, bruh? AP is in the building. What's going on? Also in the building, gotta say what's up to Jay McLovin in the building. Jay McLovin is in the building. Of course, Jay McLovin is always in the building. My baby, my heart, my soul. Always appreciate you, or should I be pointing back this direction? Always appreciate you showing some love and support in the building. What's up, Pink O'Neal in the building? Crazy Goose, what's happening? Sylvester 88, what up, what up? Let me see. Charlotte Jackson. I said, why did I say Charlotte? Charlotte Jackson in the building. What's going on? I shiz you not. What up? What up? Dominique Morton is in the building. What up? Andre McCorkle. What up? Rochelle, my sister. What up? Let's see. Frantonio Michaels. What up? Trevor Riley is in the building. Brandon Storball. Casey Kim. Glad you got the notification. That's awesome. Creed 195. What's happening? Steve Michaels. What up? Let's see. Got John Gilliam already. Taqueen 2.0. What up? Nationwide. Wise Guys. What's up? Brian Watt. What up? Baker Building. What up? Guys, if you want to get your shout out, do it now before we move into the actual show section of the show. Antoine. Bruce Laz. What up? Let's see. Sylvester Johnson. What up? Jay Wade. I think I got you. What up? Kim Harmon. What's going on, Kim Harmon? My brother, Classy Young Man. Shout out to Oklahoma City, and he is doing his thing out there in Cali. What's happening, bro? Let me see. Canadian Baconator is in the building. What's up, Canadian Baconator? Gotta love it, man. If you guys want to get you guys some awesome pizza, of course, I always do shameless plugs for Papa John's. We'll probably be doing that. So if you guys want to show some love and support for one of my favorite pizzas, y'all make sure to give a shout out to Canadian Baconator in the building. All right, that's how we getting down. Jay Lee is back. What's up, Jay Lee? How are you? Ray Poindexter, what up? Son of Saturn, what up? Let's see, who else am I missing? P-Man 007, what up? Carla Marie is in the building, my sister, what up? Glad you got the email. CRC, what up? Ichigbo, what's up? Let me see. Brawley Khan, what's going on? I did shout you out, Baconator. Guys are buttholes, man. But it's all good. It's all love, baby. Methuselah 2K, what up? I think that's everybody. Shay Bell. Oh, I miss Shay Bell. What's up, Shay Bell? Joey Rism 6 in the building. The Queendom is in the building. What's up, Queendom? Kingdom Minded, always showing love and support. Says, hey, Mrs. Just J McLovin in the building. Yeah, that's what's up. Hustle Males TV, what up? Let me see. Icon on the mic. Oh, I got it. What up? Say you like the shirt? Get the life shirts, man. Spreadshirt.com/DJ Just JLK. Check them out. I got a bunch of designs on there. This is just one of the ones that I like. Mr. D, I did get your email, Mr. D. What's going on? How are you? Thank you for being in the building. So let's see. Do I have a Twitter account? Yes, I have all social media under DJ Just JOK. That's how you find me on everything. Just Google search that and it'll come up. Carl Solo, what's going on? I think I got everybody. I really hope I got everybody because that's a lot of names and I know people don't like me to shout out all the names. And thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. She said she likes the background. I'm glad you like the background. I like the background too. So appreciate that. And Untouchable 9110024 was in the building. What's up, Untouchable? Great to see you back. All right, it looks like I have a couple of new songs that I'm gonna play for you guys. So I'm not gonna be stingy. I'm gonna share the love. So I'm gonna play my guy Kalfo 405, which is spelled Kalfo. I really like this song, so shout out to my guy Kalfo. I'm gonna make sure to shout him out and let him know that I'm gonna be playing a song. Do you have a Stevante Clark shirt? Do I have a Stevante Clark shirt? Should I have a... The question is, the real question is should I have a Stevante Clark shirt? Would you guys buy it if I make a Stevante Clark shirt? I'm just saying, since he out here getting people and spending money and in Best Buy with the money phone, I definitely don't mind selling some shirts about him. I could do that. Yo, Jay, are you going to let Tommy... That's a great question. What's up to Tammy Suit? Thank you very much for being in the building. Appreciate you giving me some love over here. Because I definitely, I definitely understand that, it's not a lot of choices when it comes to the people that you want to watch on YouTube. And the people that you probably like on YouTube aren't doing that well right about now. So I definitely appreciate you coming over here and showing some support. Definitely appreciate that. What's up, Danielle H? Oh, people said nope. Some people said I am. What's up, XOXO? I am sugary. Oh, I like that one, classy young man. That's funny as hell. What's up, Latia's Tall? All right, guys, this is my brother. Oh, what's up, Blaster? Damn, there's a lot of y'all in here. It's definitely a lot more than some of these other people's shows, right? Mm-hmm. All right, this is my guy, Callfo 405. This is Worry About It. What's up, Antoine Bruce Lies? Uh-oh. Hold on. I got to turn it up a little bit. Got to turn this one up.
She want the truth and she don't wanna hear no lies. But I'm knowing that my truth about to catch her by surprise. Name ringing in these streets was once a bad act to follow. Living for the day but still praying for tomorrow. Had to change a couple ways though the hustle been addictive. Been out here getting paid, solidifying my position. Waking up next to you like this the shit that I've been missing. Catch you while you cooking, bend you over in the kitchen. Ignore the phone in the door, the situation too explicit. From day one I had you going, you been head first in it. So what you say you need, I make sacrifices to get it. Continue pleasing you like it's a job that's never finished. Fuck them niggas you've been used to. Hey, gonna tell them that we still both connected like a Bluetooth. I hope I answered all the questions on your brain. Don't compare me to your last, we don't operate the same. I'm home.
Baby, you don't ever gotta worry. Don't ever gotta worry. Don't ever gotta worry. Don't ever gotta worry. All is forever yours, forever yours. Yeah, baby, you don't ever gotta worry. Don't ever gotta worry. Don't ever gotta worry about it. 'Cause all is forever yours, forever yours. Yeah.
So it's just us against the world like it should be. We wasn't used to having space so we could breathe. Episodes with other bitches kept the house wrecked. So many times I asked myself why you ain't bounced yet. Guess it was meant and I was fooling myself. When you was just a call away when I'm in need of some help. Damn, I had to learn from the choices I made. Knowing my actions from them choices was a slap in the face. Now it's all up in the air, just a thing of the past. We back up in the air, we're just our carry-on bag. Though the hate is gonna exist, we never pay it attention. Talk of my city, it's nothing for my name to be mentioned. But the things I really do to see you smile or even blush. No matter what they think, you know I do it all for us. Ay, you know I appreciate the loyalty and trust. Going all out for me and mine is a must, I tell you.
Baby, you don't ever gotta worry. Don't ever gotta worry. Don't ever gotta worry. Don't ever gotta worry. All is forever yours, forever yours. Yeah, baby, you don't ever gotta worry. Don't ever gotta worry. Don't ever gotta worry about it. 'Cause all is forever yours, forever yours. Yeah, baby, you don't ever gotta worry. Don't ever gotta worry. Don't ever gotta worry. Don't ever gotta worry. All is forever yours, forever yours. Yeah, baby, you don't ever gotta worry. Don't ever gotta worry. Don't ever gotta worry about it. 'Cause all is forever yours, forever yours. Yeah.
Again, man, shout out to everybody in the building. That's my guy, Callfo 405. Y'all make sure and look him up. Hustle Mail TV, I already know. It's okay. I don't mind. At least if that's the case. At least if that's the case, they're here watching and see what we do. So maybe they can emulate that if they like. And maybe that might help them out a little bit instead of, always running their mouth. But, it is what it is, man. I let people do what they do. So let me give a shout out to the first person that, let me see, when the hook drops. Oh, yeah, for sure. What's up, Mo Common Sense? What's up, Jack Wahai? Hey, Classy Young Man, I'm going to make sure, Classy Young Man and Kelly, I'm going to make sure and send that song to you. So I got to say what's up to Kingdom Minded in the building. Said, here's some more tools in the form of dollars to keep the machine up and running. Hashtag Kingdom Minded. Shout out to Kingdom Minded showing some love. If you guys want to hit those support links, those links are there for you guys to utilize to support us. If you like what we do, cool. If you don't, cool too. Or if you want to show some form of support and maybe not have the monetary means to be able to do so, then an easy way to do it is to hit the thumbs up. That works just as good as currency to me, guys. Hit the thumbs up. Always show support for the show. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys one more new song because my brother actually cleared me to be able to give you guys this one. So I'm going to, wait a minute, he sent 2 of them. Huh. That's actually kind of cool. I'm going to give you guys this first one. This is my guy, Bankroll B. Shout out to my guy, Bankroll B out of Oklahoma. If you guys haven't figured it out, all I play is Oklahoma music. So I represent where I'm originally from, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. Then we're about to get this show started. This is my guy, Bankroll B.
They sleeping on me like I'm lean. I move without a team, so I keep a chopper next to me. And they really like to sing. Can't you really see? I can really sing. Before I do drugs, I'ma sell them. But damn it, you don't know who tell it. Ride around with a 40. Better pray to God that I don't pull it. These niggas is weird, these bitches is weird. So nigga, watch who you trust. These niggas be mad cause they music whack. And it's hard to keep up. As a matter of fact, today my 1-year anniversary. Since I dropped Chevy Flags, had a city done heard of me. Rolling up like a big dog, got the ball with the big dogs. Since a youngin' I been on, even when I fell off. Rolling up like a big dog, got the ball with the big dogs. Since a youngin' I been on, even when I fell off. Counting these bands and I feel like a banker. Banking up love for that way up. After we fuck, we don't lay up. I keep that bitch to the left, then I'm right back to the money like hey ho. Really in love with them pesos. She do what I want, she don't say no. I'm at the top like a halo. Fucking on a nigga main bitch. I don't even know her name shit, but I know she got that light jaw. Blew a nigga with the top off. Drop a nigga if he pop off. Cause most of my niggas some hitters. Or chop a nigga with that sawed off. Cause most of my niggas some killers. They wanna see what I'm doing. Steady watching like a movie. Cause I'm shining but I'm jewelous. I ain't even gotta prove it. You can feel it in my music. Counted 100 when I was a teen. From selling that E and them pounds of that weed. Now I'm on beat and I'm living a dream. They want a nigga dead and Martin the King.
Shout out to my guy, Hustle Mills. Hustle Mills, shoot me an email and just send whatever that you want played, and we'll go from there. And if I like it, we'll spin it on the show. Definitely not a problem, bro. This is Straight to the Money by me and my brother Kurt Dog, and we're gonna get started with the show.
It's a love shot.
Just Jay and I'm back again. Hit the highway, and then I gassed up. Then went to Fuel City and got my bag up. Hey, it's time to get that cash. I mean, I'm about to smash. Just turn the lights on. The flow will never crash. Drinks are going up. I mean, they turning up. Everybody's tipsy, but ain't no throwing up. I press play, they hit the floor, now the party's lit. Ladies on the floor vibing, I'm spinning hits. The club is popping, so you gotta meet us at the spot. On the south side of the D, man, we got it locked. I jumped in the ride, said, bae, I'll see you later. Headed to the front door out to get this paper. I threw on my J's, then put on my jeans. Fresh fade, fresh fitted, man, I'm looking clean. Then I took a shower for about an hour. I let my girl know the plan, so she's never sour. While we laid up, movies on the screen, and my phone rings. It's my homie, and I gotta bring. I mean, I gotta come and bring my A game. Homie, are you busy? I mean, we need you, man.
Straight to the money, then I'm gone. Shout out to my niggas on the south side zone. I ain't never tripping on a hater with that bullshit. Cause I got a baby 380 with the full clip. And I get straight to the money, then I'm gone. Shout out to my niggas on the south side zone. I ain't never tripping on a hater with that bullshit. Cause I got a baby 380 with the full clip. And I'm gone. Get the money, then I'm gone in the flash. Headed back to the shack to put the money in the stash. Take me a quick shower. Throw on some new clothes. Jump in a different whip to keep them haters on they toes. Holla at my nigga Dub trying to see what's up. Him and Reeves at the park and they posted up. They got the whips out with the barbecue. Told them give me 30 minutes and I'm coming through. Pull up to the park slow and it's hella deep. Hopped out with the heater, I don't never sleep. Seen the homie show love and got in the mix. Made a plate, then I took me a couple of flicks. I kicked back for a minute, told the homies I was headed to the shack in a minute. Maybe another plate. Told them that I was out. I gotta make a run and get up on my paper route. And I'm straight to the money, then I'm gone. Shout out to my niggas on the south side zone. I ain't never tripping on a hater with that bullshit. Cause I got a baby 380 with the full clip. And I get straight to the money, then I'm gone. Shout out to my niggas on the south side zone. I ain't never tripping on a hater with that bullshit. Cause I got a baby 380 with the full clip. And I'm gone. That's how I do it, man. I get in and I get out. I don't stick around too long, man. I get to the money. Come through, say what's up to my niggas. Fuck them hoes. I ain't tripping on them hoes. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, fuck them hoes. Real shit. Had me a little something. Say what up and then I'm gone. I get straight to the money, then I'm gone. Shout out to my niggas on the south side zone. I ain't never tripping on a hater with that bullshit. Cause I got a baby 380 with the full clip. And I get straight to the money, then I'm gone. Shout out to my niggas on the south side zone. I ain't never tripping on a hater with that bullshit. Cause I got a baby 380 with the full clip. And I'm gone.
All right, guys, we're getting ready to get this show started, man. Once again, man, thank you guys so much for coming through to the Soda You Dig, hosted by your boy DJ Just J in the building, man. Shout out to Jay McLovin, my heart, my soul, always supporting in the building also. You know what I'm saying? Guys, I will make sure and get back to your emails here in just a little bit. Let me double check. Yeah, I got one of those emails, so that's cool. Again, to my guy Hustle Mails, when you get a chance, just shoot me an email and send me the songs that you want played, and we'll go from there. So for everybody that wants a timestamp, we finished right at 16 minutes. That was perfect. For everybody that wants a timestamp, you can timestamp right here. This is where the show starts, okay? Right here. Now, again, guys, we are revisiting this story that we have already talked about. This is about the arrest that happened at the Starbucks of the two gentlemen, and I actually do have their names. Their names are already released, so I don't mind speaking their names. Now, this is a story about a young gentleman named Rashad Nelson and another gentleman by the name of Dante Robinson, which you guys can see here on the right of my screen. These are the two gentlemen that you guys saw at the Starbucks being arrested, and we actually have a little bit of updated information for some of the people that were asking some pertinent questions that we didn't have the answers to. We actually have those answers today. Not only do we have that, but we actually have an updated statement from the police commissioner of Philadelphia, as well as a statement from these gentlemen, which I think is going to be amazing. So I'm glad you guys tuned in. I know people were sending me stories the past 2 or 3 days. So guys, I will get to those stories, but you have to bear with me because, you know, there's some things that I have to take care of and some things that I have going on that I'm doing. So I'll try to get to them as quickly as I possibly can and get you guys some updates, because you guys have been amazing with the support. You know, we have one video that's on the verge of surpassing 70,000 views. We are just about to touch 12,000 subscribers. The last video that we did is almost at 8,000 views in less than 7 days. I mean, I can't thank you enough. So we currently got about 113 people watching. If you guys would hit the thumbs up, that shows a form of support for the show also, okay? Now, again, for these two gentlemen, they were arrested at a Starbucks. From everybody's understanding, what they saw was they saw two gentlemen sitting at a table. They saw or heard that a manager was called. Excuse me, not a manager was called, but the manager called the police and asked for these two gentlemen to leave because they were asked to buy something. They say they weren't going to buy anything. They were there waiting on someone else to get there so they could have a business conversation or whatever the case is. They were asked to leave. They didn't want to leave. The manager called the police. From our understanding, the police came, and boy, did they come. They came about 6 deep on the bicycles. I mean, they were coming for these dudes, and it just seemed like it was a bit overkill, you know, for such a simple situation. So the gentlemen did not resist arrest. They were arrested, and then they were actually released because the official statement was that there was not substantial information to be able to arrest those gentlemen, meaning that they arrested these guys and shouldn't have. That's just the straight up fact about it. So if you arrest somebody and you should not have arrested them, then that means that there are some elements that are missing, and definitely I think that there was some bias here. So that's what we're going to touch on today, right? So what you have is 1 week after they were arrested at a Philadelphia Starbucks, the two black men that you saw on my screen were seen in the cell phone video viewed more than 11 million times and probably more since then and went on Good Morning America. Now, on Thursday, to describe how arriving 10 minutes early to a business meeting landed them in handcuffs. So that's information tidbit number one. They were only there 10 minutes before the gentleman that they were supposed to be meeting with got there. So all of this BS transpired in less than 10 minutes. In less than 10 minutes. They were told to buy something. They were asked to leave. They tried to use the bathroom, could not do that. And then the police showed up by that point. In less than 10 minutes. All of this happened. All I can tell you guys is I have been a store manager for some companies, and I got to tell you, for me to have a conversation, let alone a negative conversation, but any kind of conversation with a customer probably would have taken more than 10 minutes to have a simple conversation to clarify anything with a customer. That would have taken longer than 10 minutes, and all of this happened in 10 minutes. So what am I saying by continuing to say 10 minutes? Because of the fact that that means that these gentlemen weren't given a blinking eye to do anything. That means they were probably harassed from the moment they walked into the store. That's where the issue is. Because initially my stance was everybody in this situation, to the two gentlemen, to the police commissioner, to the Starbucks manager, to the CEO, to everybody that was, to the police that were involved in this situation. It seems like everybody had a role that they played, and everybody played their role wrong. And I still believe that there were some things that these young men could have did better, but I'm actually more on their side now than I ever was. And the reason for that is because of the information that I'm about to give you guys here in just a moment. My guy, Classy Young Man. Shout out to my guy, Classy Young Man. I got to say, he sent a donation a minute ago, and it says, always in support of the Soto You Dig and always support of an OKC native. My brother, think about this. All I do is play OKC music. I am OKC to the heart, always will be. That doesn't change. Ain't nothing changed but my location, my brother. So shout out to my brother, Classy Young Man. Also shout out, and this person said, going to be a fun time, love your work, man. And that's to my guy, Jayton L. I'm gonna say Jayton L because I don't know if you want me to say your full name. So shout out to him, and thank you very much for the donation. All right. Now, Rashawn Nelson, which are these two gentlemen here, Rashawn Nelson and Dante Robertson, along with their attorney, Stuart Cohen, spoke with GMA's Robin, which is Good Morning America, Robin Roberts, to describe their encounter with a white Starbucks manager, and her name is Holly, the manager that was there at the time. Described their encounter with the white Starbucks manager Holly, who called 911 on them, as well as with the police who arrived soon after. Starbucks executives, including the company's executive chairman, or I think they said originally the CEO, but Howard Schultz, and its chief executive, Kevin Johnson, have met with the men personally to apologize and have appeared in television interviews in the wake of protests outside of the Philadelphia location. But Thursday was the first time that Nelson and Robinson publicly told their story. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you guys the very first video before I continue reading that story, because I want to try to keep everything in line, okay? So, of course, before we show you guys the video, we always have to do the unpleasantries, right? It's a damn shame, but we're going to follow the rules and regulations for fair usage. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. All right, guys, here's the very first video. Excuse me. Wait. I'm showing those videos out of turn. My apologies. Here's the first video.
Philadelphia's police commissioner apologized today for his remarks following the arrest of 2 black men at Starbucks. Video of the racially charged incident went viral and set off a week of protests. Michelle Miller has our update tonight.
Messaging is important, and I failed miserably in this regard.
Despite that admission, Commissioner Richard Ross again defended the actions of his officers when they arrested 2 black men at this Starbucks last week. It was captured on video.
Well, what did they do? What did they do? Did someone tell me what they did? They didn't do anything.
Ross said this on Facebook over the weekend.
It is important to emphasize and underscore that these officers had legal standing to make this arrest. These officers did absolutely nothing wrong.
But today, he took the blame for making what he said was a bad situation worse.
I can appreciate, in light of the Starbucks policy and how well known it is to many, why these 2 men were appalled when they were asked to leave. For this reason, I apologize to them.
The 2 men, Rashawn Nelson and Dante Robinson, told their story to ABC.
We're at the table, we sit down, we're just talking amongst each other. Not at the time, we wasn't read any rights, nothing. Just double lock, handcuffs behind our back, and escorted out and put into a squad car.
Starbucks has apologized to the men and will be training all of its employees on how to avoid discriminating against customers. Lori Friedel trains police on the subject.
After they get the training, a person will be able to stop and ask themselves, would I be responding this way to this person in Starbucks?
And Nelson and Robinson say they want real change after what they went through. And Jeff, they believe that Starbucks' plan to move forward with this training next month is a good start.
Michelle Miller, thank you very much.
Now, this is the thing. CRRC said, what did they do? Being black in public, that's what they did. This is the thing. When a person runs a business and they ask you to leave, regardless, in my opinion, and I want you guys to hear me well. What's up, my brother, Relationship Rehab, United Guns of America, the Relationship Rehab channel, as well as the Guru and the Horde channel. Y'all make sure to like, share, and subscribe to that channel also. Shout out to my brother in the building. As a business owner, if a person asks you to leave their business, even if it is on racial bias, I'm going to look into the camera and I'm going to tell my black brothers, it is very dangerous to put yourself in a position to challenge people on their businesses. And I don't think it's worth risking your life, because I honestly could see this situation going a bit worse than what happened. But I'm just saying, that's my personal opinion. I am one person. If you feel like the information that I give doesn't work for you, then just toss it and throw it away. But I feel like I'm speaking from some sound information. If people open up a business and that's what they spend their life's work in, opening up a business, and they don't want certain people there, I feel like as an American, you should have the right to be able to do that. You don't want certain kinds of people, races, creeds, certain things going on in your business. I believe that if you are paying for it, you should have the right to have to say so. I'll give you another example. If you guys build a house out in the distant area somewhere, you ought to have a right to be able to say, I don't want people just walking up in my house and being able to do whatever it is or anything like that. You ought to be able to set rules. If you own land, if you own a piece of property, you own land and you own the deed to that land, I believe that you should have the right to be able to say what goes and doesn't on that piece of property. This is what we work for in the world today. We work to be able to, what they say, you got to pay the cost to be the boss. Well, if you pay the cost, then I believe that you have the right to be the boss and boss people around and boss your property around and boss your rules around. Do what you do. But the difference is what people need to understand is that people might not choose to patronize your business at that point. That's their right too. So you could very well lose your business by not acquiescing to what people actually want you to do with your business. And that is their right also, to be able to say, hey, I don't want you guys to run your business like that. I don't want you guys being able to discriminate against people. That's their right too. It shouldn't be a situation where people are getting arrested behind this type of stuff. If they ask you to leave, just leave their business. Don't patronize their business. Put it out there and let the world know, hey, man, these people don't serve black people out here. Then at that point, maybe the collective of people will say, fine, we ain't going to go there. We're not going to support them. Okay? So, on Thursday, that was their first time publicly telling their story. It was also the first time Philadelphia Police Commissioner Richard Ross, who you'll see him on the screen here in a minute, he's the only police that I have in these photos. It was also the first time that he had took the podium to significantly walk back from the comments that he made over that weekend, which he said that the officers, and he quotes, okay, good. That's a good one, Rochelle. Other than that, when he comes back in, just let him talk. So it's not a problem. Let's see. He actually said the police officers that were on the scene did absolutely nothing wrong. And by the way, this is the manager. That's Holly. That was the manager that called the police, that authorized that call to the police. He said they did absolutely nothing wrong. This is the kicker that I want to throw out there to you guys. What a responsible police commissioner would say would be something similar to this. We aren't going to make a judgment on these two gentlemen until we get all of the facts. All of the facts about these two gentlemen, all of these facts about the police officers, what happened, what transpired, what was said, what wasn't said. Wait till all of the facts come out before excusing what the officers did and the entire situation. Don't make absolute statements unless you are absolutely sure, because what you don't want to have to do is what this dude is over here doing right now, which is walking back his comments. As a police officer, I feel like he ought to be a little bit more skilled, a little bit more tactful. I think he should know better than to make absolute statements like that, unless you know for sure. Because you're talking about playing with people's lives. You're talking about playing with people's reputations. Do y'all hear me? Jay McLovin says she hear me. If anybody agrees with what I'm saying in the chat, feel free to say so. I've created this environment for you guys to be able to speak your mind and tell me what you guys really think. Okay? So let's keep going. He said they did absolutely nothing wrong. He personally apologized and said that if he had done anything to worsen race relations, then shame on him. And he did. Now, he said this also. I want to make sure this situation doesn't happen again. Robinson said, I want to make sure that this situation doesn't happen again. I want, and apparently it looks like they're saying that he's 23 years old. I think that's what it's saying. What I want is for a young man or young men to not be traumatized by this and instead be motivated and inspired. The men said they arrived at a Center City Starbucks at 4:35 p.m. for a 4:45 p.m. business meeting. I always say that if you're going to an interview or if you're going to a meeting with somebody, you should always be early. Personally, I like to be about anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes early, maybe even an hour early. Now, when I'm DJing, there's a chance that I'll probably be about an hour and a half to 2 hours early. So the situation that I just had this past Saturday proved that actually worked out to my advantage, because we were able to do a sound check or run through. So when the event started, it went so good, man. So for people that don't like CP time, otherwise known as color people time, being late and all of that kind of good stuff, then admire the fact that these brothers in this situation, based on what they're saying, because we don't know that to be an absolute fact, but if we believe what they're saying, then we'll say, okay, you had a business meeting at 4:45 and you were there 10 minutes early. We'll take your word for it. Immediately upon walking in, Nelson asked the manager if he could use the restroom. Polite thing to do. I get it. The manager said the restrooms were for paying customers only. And so Nelson said, and I just left it at that. Now Robinson said that after Nelson went back to the table, the manager came over to their table and asked if she could help with any drinks or water. Robinson said they had water bottles with them and were waiting for a meeting. So that part, he clarified what I didn't know the last time. And what I said was that they should have immediately told them that they were waiting on somebody, and it looks like they did. At 4:37, this is 2 minutes that have passed since they've arrived. The manager called the police to report that, and she quotes, 2 gentlemen came into the cafe and are refusing to make a purchase or leave. Officers arrived at 4:41 p.m. according to the tapes released by the Philadelphia police this week. 38, 39, 40, 41. In less than 5 minutes, matter of fact, probably in less than 4 minutes, at 4:41 on the dot, the police were already in there. So you guys think about that. They showed up at 4:35. Their meeting was at 4:45. They were approached by the manager at 4:37 in 2 minutes. By 4:41, the police were there. And she said, 2 gentlemen in my cafe that are refusing to make a purchase or leave, is what she told the police. Or excuse me, is what she told the 911 dispatch operator. And it's just like I told you guys before. And Latia's tall, let them do what they do. It's not a problem. Let them do what they do. If you need to, just time them out. They're here. They're giving us some numbers. Let them do what they do. But if you need to, just time them out. It's not a big deal. Huh? Yeah, there you go. See, Skohard, those are the ones to block. When they come in doing that type of stuff, those are the ones you block. If people come in under their real names, let them say what they say. If they're saying something too bad, just time them out. They'll be back in 300 seconds. Time them out again. You ain't doing nothing but making my views go up. So shout out to my moderators, man. So you guys are doing an amazing job, and I appreciate that. So guys, this is where we're at. In a very, very, very small amount of time, in 4 minutes, they had the police show up in 4 minutes. And I'm going to tell you guys, I don't know if you guys have ever had to call 911 for emergency services or anything like that. I know that there's, somebody out there, out of all the people we have watching, how many people we got watching? We got about 200 people plus watching roughly, give or take. Yeah, that one was a good one. So, yeah. So we roughly got about 200 people watching. Y'all hit the thumbs up. Let's try to keep that number going up. This is where we're at. Is my Sister Packer Girl in there? Okay, if she is, shout out to my Sister Packer Girl. I might have missed her in there. So you people that live out there and have ever had to call emergency services, how long did it take for those people to show up? How long did it take to get an officer on the scene? How long did it take to get an EMS on scene? Because I know that they've actually done some videos where people have called for emergency services and it took them like 20 minutes to even respond, let alone actually getting there. Right? Somebody said 10 minutes for the cops to come. Have you guys ever called for 911 for anything? How long did it take them? Somebody said it takes longer than 4 minutes. Absolutely. And keep in mind, it took less than 4 minutes for 6 of the police officers to get there. Appreciate that, Jimmy D. 6 of them were there in 4 minutes after that lady named Holly, the manager at the time, called the police and said that they refused to make a purchase or leave when they were there for a business meeting. And I said this. Somebody said in rural areas 2 hours, and somebody or Elaine said 30 minutes. 30 minutes to 2 hours. Yeah. Charles said 15 minutes. That happened pretty quick. So I just want to kind of put that into perspective for you guys to understand how drastic of a change that is for you to come in less than 120 seconds. Somebody already tells you you have to leave their establishment. I could understand as a man that has probably been to Starbucks before. These gentlemen probably been there before, probably been in some, some places where you can lounge and relax and kick it and all of that. Starbucks is that kind of environment. They encourage you to come in there and use their Wi-Fi, kick back and chill, write your papers, write your books, meet with your buddies or whatever. Come in there after work to get you some coffee and chill. The one mistake that they made based on the information that we have now is they should have bought something, a cup of coffee, split that between 3 people. I don't care if you're broke or not. You should have at least that type of change in your pocket. Right? That's the only place where they messed up. But then again, where everybody else messed up besides them was the fact that they didn't even give them time to do that. Now, if somebody comes in and I say, hey, can I use the bathroom? And they say, no. You can't use the bathroom. So I'm like, all right, fine. And I go over and go sit down and you say, hey, y'all need to buy something or y'all need to leave. I'm automatically going to be on the defensive if it's me. So honestly, this relationship rehab talked about this. Tommy talked about this. I talked about this. As a store manager, you have to have enough wherewithal, enough tact, enough experience to know how to deal with the public. And that is not the way that you deal with the public, thinking you just gonna buckle down and knuckle down and tell some people what they need to do or else. That's not how you get down, man. That's not how you keep business. And now Starbucks, after having to close down 8,500 locations to do some type of training over this bull crap, now they're losing money. They're probably about to get sued. They're gonna lose that money. The city, once again, looks bad. The police officers, once again, look like the enemy. So the whole thing is we have to have more tact because every bit of this could have been taken care of by the manager. And that's what a manager is hired for. The manager is hired to be able to manage a situation, manage the environment, manage the attitudes. If you can't manage staff and manage your customers, then you don't need to be managing Holly at all. I don't care how long Holly been working there. I don't care how much experience she has or her education or anything like that. I don't think it matters. She is proven to be a terrible manager. Can we agree to that? Can we agree to that? She's a terrible manager. Very simple situation. Didn't have to happen at all. So where are we at? Robinson said that when he saw the police arrive, he thought they can't be here for us, is what he thought in his head. Nelson said the police told him and Robinson they had to leave without any discussion about what was happening between them and the manager. Then they were arrested. Now, there was more time that transpired in between. I think about 8 minutes of them talking to them guys. So they're kind of leaving that part out. Robinson said they weren't ready or they weren't read any rights or told why they were being arrested. Now, we talked about the Miranda rights. The Miranda rights is that if you're going to arrest someone, you need to make sure they read them their rights so that they know their rights. So before they get to speaking and giving you information that you can and will use against them in the court of law, then it is your duty to be able to give these men their Miranda rights. And I believe that they probably weren't read their rights. Why? Because I watched the video and I didn't hear that happen at all. The charges are trespassing and creating a disturbance. And the charges were dropped that night. So Cohen, who appeared in the segment alongside Nelson and Robinson, said that from the video of the men's arrest, the facts speak for themselves. There's not a single witness that says that these men were misbehaving, nor that they even have time to misbehave. And you can hear in the video, which that part I kind of added in there, but you can hear in the video that in the video, Robinson said that during his arrest, he thought about his family and community and that he was just trying to process the situation. I can believe that because he didn't really have time. Nelson told the AP, the Associated Press, that he feared for his life. If you guys know about any interactions with black men and the police, I honestly can feel where he's coming from. Any interaction that I have with police, I feel like could potentially be negative. So I understand there's a natural fear. There's a natural fear that black men should have of the police based on the way that we are treated, based on the fact that our small 6% of the population are 50% of the people that are doing prison time. That means a large populace of black men are getting arrested and being in these situations where they have to deal with the police. And a lot of the police brutality and all of those cases you hear about are usually with brothers that look just like them. Just like me, but just like them. You just sent me the 911 call by way of email. This is why I love Soto Nation. This is why I love Soto Nation. You guys are freaking amazing. Not only do you guys donate and show support, y'all hit the thumbs up. We're about 230 people into the show already, and we still got a few more videos to show, man. This is going to get even better. So make sure and tell your friends to come through. So I'm going to pull that up here and check my email to make sure that you guys sent me the right information. Let me see. Okay. Rochelle, I got you on that. I will send. Oh, yes. Look at this. All right. Now, I'm going to play the fair usage again because I believe that we have obtained this by fair use. But I'm going to read it again real quick. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. I'm going to tell you something. Let me see. Who is that? CJ? CJ, you might have earned yourself a wrench over here. I'm gonna hold my spot on your name. If this is the right tape, I'm gonna give you a wrench for this. Here we go, guys. This is exclusive. Here we go.
Hi, I have two gentlemen at my cafe that are refusing to make a purchase or leave. I'm at the Starbucks at 18th and Spruce. All right, please, I'll be on as soon as possible. Thank you. Bye.
There is a disturbance at the Starbucks. Group of males inside called the disturbance. We got 9x3, 9x2, 9x23, and 2-4 location. They're requesting another unit along with a supervisor.
Me and 23 and 24 to headquarters. And 913 is going to be transporting. I went for. I got 2 males. Last three are going to be 107.
Wow. Let me go back here. Where are you at? Where you at, CJ? CJ, say something in the chat. I got you a wrench coming for that. Guys, I got to show you. I think the visual looks better. Y'all want to see the video? What's up, Mike? Where's CJ at? CJ, say something in the chat. That is amazing. I didn't even think to look for the 911 call. Yeah, you deserve a wrench for that one. That's dope. Soon as I see you back in there, CJ, I'm gonna wrench you up. That was amazing. There you go. You have now been blessed with the powers of Grayskull. Enjoy it and use it wisely. Don't block anybody. Don't time anybody out unless it is egregious. All right? Anybody come here talking about Tommy or his daughter? Automatically hit them. Anybody that's talking about me? Let them live. I don't care what they say about me. All right? Here we go. This is the 911 call, guys. Hold on just a second.
How may I help you? Hi, I have two gentlemen.
Now, I'm going to let you guys know, this is Holly on the phone. And looking at her face from that picture, matter of fact, let me see if I can get to that picture. And I figured out how to pause on here a little while ago. I feel stupid because I didn't know how to do this before. So let me see. Where are my hotkeys at? Let's go. Okay, here we go. Let's get Holly up on the screen. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? There we go. Pause. Here we go, guys. This is exclusive footage, man. So shout out to CJ Gunn. CJ, you got your wrench. Did an awesome job. I'm telling you guys, man, this is what we're here to do as Soto Nation. To expose the truth and expose the logic. What's up, my brother DJ C Smooth? Y'all show some love to my brother DJ C Smooth in the building. Guys, this is the 911 call. How many people we got watching? About 228. Hit the thumbs up. Share this. Here we go. I'm going to turn it up so you guys can hear it. Here's the 911 call.
How may I help you? Hi, I have two gentlemen at my cafe that are refusing to make a purchase or leave. I'm at the Starbucks at 18th and Spruce. All right, please, I'll be on as soon as possible.
Now, did you guys hear that? I'm going to play that part again.
How may I help you?
This is 911. Life and death phone call to 911.
Hi, I have two gentlemen at my cafe that are refusing to make a purchase or leave.
Hi, I have two gentlemen in my cafe that are refusing to make a purchase or leave.
I'm at the Starbucks at 18th and Spruce.
She gave the location.
All right, please, I'll be on as soon as possible.
Now, I'm going to tell you something about this goddamn dispatcher, because I'm almost a little bit upset. I almost got upset. I almost got really upset. As a police dispatcher, Tommy just did a story about a police dispatcher that they say hung up on how many, I don't remember how many people that she hung up on, and 2 people ended up dying because they didn't get the help that they needed because that woman ended up hanging up on them. I don't know why people think that this 911 dispatcher call stuff is a joke. Jimmy D said that should not be a call to 911. You damn right. That's why she was fired for calling 911. I hope she was. I hope she was prosecuted. Because I'm going to tell you guys, why would I wish that this young lady on my screen, Holly, was in jail? Because she had no right to call the police on these men. And ask for the police to put these men in jail. They were found out that they should not have been put in jail. So if I feel like if you exacerbate, please look that word up. If you exacerbate a situation and make it worse than what it really is, classy young man and Thomas said over 1,000 calls. She hung up over 1,000 calls. And 2 people died because of it. That shit is wrong. You have this woman that called the police and called 911 and said, these guys are refusing to make a purchase and they won't leave my store. Did it sound like she was in an emergency situation, life or death situation? But the police showed up in this many. Y'all see it on my screen? How many? How many? How many minutes? The police were there in 4 minutes. 6 of them showed up over her phone call. So in my opinion, if you misuse and abuse the system because of your privilege, then I believe that if you are found to be wrong for doing so, then you should suffer the same fate that those 2 men were going to be suffering from. That means that not only should she have been fired, that means that she should have been arrested also. And I'm not an advocate for asking people to be arrested and go to jail, because we got too many people going to jail over retarded stuff. But this is a situation where I believe that she should suffer the same fate as what those 2 black men had to suffer from.
May I help you? Hi, I have 2 gentlemen at my cafe that are refusing to make a purchase or leave. I'm at the Starbucks at 18th and Spruce.
Did that sound like she was in a panic?
All right, please, I'll be on as soon as possible.
And she didn't ask any questions. She didn't ask if anybody's been hurt. Do they feel threatened? Anything like that. She didn't say that she was the manager. She didn't say how long they've been there. She didn't say what they did wrong. None of that. And she just said, all right, police will be there. I would love to have that dispatcher's name. 911 call police, Philadelphia police. Y'all should be held accountable for that too. Those are y'all 911 operators. to take a call on no information and say, okay, the police will be there. This is one thing that you should know as a police dispatcher. There should be a valid reason to dispatch police to a location, especially if they're calling 911. Steve said no information at all. Packer Girl said instead of 911, she could have called the police department directly. That's exactly what I said. Thank you, Packer Girl. Shout out to my sister Packer Girl, who runs Soto Politics as usual and Soto Sports TV. So shout out to my sister in the building. I said that they should have simply used their iPhones, which is what most people have, look it up, and find the non-emergency police phone number. I do it all the time. I actually thought that somebody might have been messing with my property at one point in time. I got on the phone. It didn't take them no more than 10 minutes to get here. And I called the non-emergency line because it wasn't life and death. It's a life and death situation to call 911 over some coffee? In less than 120 seconds. Holly. I'm gonna try to mind what I say. But Holly, you are dead ass wrong. Holly, you should be in jail over this. You should never be able to work at another Starbucks again. And I think that you should have a damn hard time of trying to find another career field. Why? Because these men were there to perform a business transaction, have a business meeting that could have led to something potentially big that you could have ruined. They could have been talking about anything. You have no idea. People do it every day at Starbucks. But because of your racial bias, you ruined their opportunity, ruined their reputation, dragged them through the mud. And yes, I believe Starbucks, because you represented Starbucks, y'all owe them a big check. Y'all owe them a damn big check. And I hope that they are compensated to the max. You got me? We're going to listen to the rest of this whack ass call. Because that's some bull crap. Packer Girl said 911 dispatcher should have said non-emergency calls are supposed to go directly to the police department. Like, why would you just automatically come on? Like, is it just an attack against men or am I tripping? 2 men. I'm glad she didn't say 2 black men. That might have been worse. She said 2 men are refusing to make a purchase and won't leave. How do you know, Holly? You didn't give them a chance. Let me ask you guys a question. How many times have you guys gone into a convenience store? How long does it take when you're going into a convenience store just because it's convenient to go into a convenience store, like I do sometimes, I'm guilty of this, and walking in there and walking around and walking around and walking around until you see something that fits your fancy, then you decide to pick it up and say, I'm going to buy this. I've been in there for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I do it in Walmart all the time. There's a lot of places that I go to. Best Buy. Shout out to Stevante Clark. Right? I'm sure that if you guys go to some of these places, you have spent more than 2 minutes just walking around looking for what you're looking for before you decide to pick up and make a purchase, right or wrong. Beach Boy said, not 2 minutes. I'll tell you that much. Thank you for being honest. I can appreciate that. Where's the proof she never gave them a chance, Jay? Tuluvian. I got you. And I love that question. I want you guys to know, I love that question, Tuluvian. Where's the proof? Because in the actual phone call, the men walked through the door at 4:35. On the screen, you can see that not only do the police have the record of the 911 call, they released the 911 call, and they actually admitted to the fact that they had approached the men, or the men had been asked to leave at 4:37 p.m. after arriving at 4:35 p.m. That is your proof. I love the question because I never want somebody to take the information that we have here and just go off of our word. Whatever Jay say goes. No. Whatever say Tommy goes. No. Whatever relationship we have, Packer Girl, if Packer Girl or anybody else, Tanisha or anybody else, tell you guys some information, fact check it. Don't just take us at our word. Look it up. Please look it up. Now that I've given you the information, I encourage you to look that up and find out that they walked in at 4:35 and 911 was called at 4:37 p.m. That is potentially less than 2 minutes. Okay? Oh, maybe they was talking about her. Timeout? Okay. Well, you'll be back in a little bit, Bloody Shoes. It's just a timeout. I got some good moderators. They just love me, that's all. So it's all good. Oh, I love you too. That's sweet. Y'all hearing us getting mushy up in here. Now, what did relationship rehab say? He said she overreacted to the situation because she probably felt disrespected or embarrassed when the man didn't do what she wanted them to do and took it to a higher level. 100% agree. 100% agree. Yep. And y'all make sure and subscribe to our Relationship Rehab's channels. They're awesome. I watch them. I like your review on the gun that you did. Damn, what was the name of that gun? It was the subcompact gun that you did yesterday. But I like that video. I watched that Relationship Rehab. Now, let's get back to the story. This is the rest of the phone call.
Thank you.
There was a disturbance at the Starbucks. Group of males.
They said a disturbance at a Starbucks, a group of males causing a disturbance. First of all, that's not true. There was not a disturbance at all. What she verbatim said, you have to read into things literally. Look at the facts. The facts say that she reported and said that the men were asked to buy something or leave, and they told her no. That's the fact. When this phone call was transferred at 4:44 p.m., they said, we have a disturbance at the Starbucks. A group of men. When's the last time that you guys referred to two people as a group of men? Again, everybody's exacerbating the situation as it goes.
Disturbance at the Starbucks. Group of males inside caused a disturbance. We got 9x3, 9x2, 9x23, and 2-4 location. They're requesting another unit along with a supervisor.
They're requesting another unit along with a supervisor. Keep in mind, they didn't even tell you what the damn emergency was.
Me and 23 and 24 to headquarters. And 913 is going to be transporting. I went for, I got 2 males. Last year is going to be 107.
Man, shout out to CJ Gunn for sending me that 911 call. That was the icing on the freaking cake, man. If y'all missed that, y'all gonna have to watch it on the replay. That was freaking amazing. I can't believe you found that tape. That's awesome. But here's the rest of the story, guys, okay? Now, Roberts asked Robinson about Starbucks policy that restricts non-paying customers for using the restroom or sitting in the store, as well as the fact that the police told him and Nelson to leave. And he said, I understand that rules are rules, but what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, Robinson said. That's in any situation, whether there's race involved or anything. A Starbucks spokesperson, Jamie Riley, told the Washington Post on Wednesday that in this particular store, the guidelines were that partners must ask unpaying customers to leave the store and the police were to be called if they refused. That's a terrible ass policy. I'm telling you. I hope them dudes get paid. In this situation, Riley said the police should never have been called. And we know we have to review the practices and guidelines to help ensure that it never happens again. People shouldn't be getting arrested for asking to leave in less than 120 seconds. No, I'm not from Dallas. I said I represent in the song, Raphael, just to sidetrack for a moment. The song says on the south side of the D. I'm always on the south side of Dallas. That's my side of town when I go to Dallas. That's where I kick it at. That's where I know the most people at. I've worked at some clubs out there. And so when I go to Fuel City, that's a gas station that I like to go to. So if you're not familiar with that, look it up. Yeah, the Beretta PX4 Storm subcompact. Yep, that's the gun. All right, now let's keep going. Cohen said that he and his client suggested that along with Starbucks, they engaged in a mediation with a retired federal judge in Philadelphia. Cohen said Starbucks agreed to that proposal, which necessitates that the conversations between the executives and Nelson and Robinson remain confidential. Man, this thing goes on and on and on and on. I'm not going to read all of that. I ain't going to lie. I ain't going to read all that. So, here's the next video.
Now to new developments in that Starbucks incident. Philadelphia's police commissioner and the mayor are now both apologizing after Dante Robinson and Rashawn Nelson were arrested. ABC's Lindsay Davis is here, has those latest details. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Robin. 1 week later, the Philadelphia police commissioner and mayor are both taking a page out of Starbucks' PR book and issuing those apologies. And the police commissioner isn't just saying he's sorry, he's also creating change. He says the department did not have a policy for these kinds of situations until now.
Who's bidding? Our city! Who's bidding? Our city!
Philadelphia city officials are now saying they're sorry.
I fully acknowledge that I played a significant role in making worse.
The Philadelphia police commissioner, who initially said his officers didn't do anything wrong when they arrested these 2 black men at Starbucks, now says he made a mistake.
I can appreciate, in light of the Starbucks policy and how well known it is to many, why these 2 men were appalled when they were asked to leave. For this reason, I apologize to them.
And Thursday night, Philadelphia's mayor also offered an apology to Dante Robinson and Rashawn Nelson, who say they had just arrived at Starbucks for a business meeting when Nelson asked to use the bathroom. He says the manager told him no unless he made a purchase. They told our Robin Roberts it was just 2 minutes later that the manager called police.
So when they do.
And again, guys, that's the truth about the situation. 4:35, they walk in. 4:37, the police are called. That's a fact.
You approach you. What do they say and how do you react?
As soon as they approach us, they just say we have to leave.
Robinson and Nelson say this is a problem that goes far beyond what happened in that coffee shop.
I'm going to throw something else out there I just thought about. What's really cold about this is the fact that even if they came and said you have to make a purchase or leave, if it's me and my partner and that wasn't what we were there for, it might have taken me longer than 120 seconds for me to reach in my pocket and figure out what it is that we're going to buy, since we don't want to get kicked out. That's how quickly they called the police, and the police were there. Where's the proof of the 4:35 arrival time? Everybody. Starbucks admitted that was the arrival time. The police admitted that was the arrival time. The gentleman actually gave an interview and admitted that was their arrival time. And the gentlemen were the ones that said that their meeting was scheduled for 4:45 p.m., which was 10 minutes from the time that they arrived. So if you think about it on a logical sense, the only way that you can actually prove, I guess, so to say, is the surveillance tape that proves that they walked in, and if the surveillance tape has that minute marker on there. Honestly, guys, we're arguing shit that don't even matter. It logically makes sense. If they were there for a business meeting, everything about what they said and everything about how things went down and about the fact that the person that they said that they were there to meet showed up at that time, if you think about all of the things that you actually saw on tape, it actually makes sense. So think about this. Everybody that gave an account of the story said the men walked in, asked to use the bathroom. They were told no. They walked and sat back down at the table. She came over and said, y'all need to buy something or leave. They said no. She walked behind the counter, called 911, said these men refused to make a purchase. They said, all right, we're sitting units. They send units. Police show up. They sat there on tape for 8 minutes talking to the dudes. They cleared the tables out. They made the men stand up, turned their back, didn't read their Miranda rights because we heard it on tape, put the handcuffs on them, walked them outside the door, all while in the midst of their business partner showed up and said, why are you arresting these men? They're here to meet me. What did Tyrese tell you guys? What more do you want from me? What more proof do you want from me? Come on. What more proof do you need? If you just walk through that scenario, look at the video of them being arrested, listen to what's being said and what was reported on everybody's side, all of that of what I just said, the aforementioned information makes sense. DJ, you're adding to the story. What part? I'll be happy to listen to you. Crazy Cash Larry? Guys, when people are asking questions, let them ask questions because that's what I want to be able to answer those questions. Toluvian said police asked them to leave 3 times or be arrested. They also did not need Mirandized for trespassing. Okay. I don't know that to be a fact, though. From my understanding, when you read the Miranda rights, if you are under arrest, then you should be told of your rights because anything that you say to the police, because they're going to be asking you questions, anything that you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. Because now this is a legal issue if you are being arrested. So logically, if you think about it, they are in a lawful situation. So if the police put you in a lawful situation, then they should have to read you your lawful rights while being arrested. We're discussing things that I don't really think you're talking about the topic, which is why I don't mind the question. But Crazy Larry, which part about what I said is what I'm adding? Because everything that I mentioned was actually what happened. So I'd be happy to hear you on that. Guys, I am so happy. I'm here for you guys. Okay, he said they told them if you don't leave, I have to arrest you for trespassing. Well, I said that. Or did I not? You did. I have someone here that ain't gonna just say that I said something or didn't say something if I said or didn't say something. If I ask her a question, she ain't never lied. So to the people in the chat, for you guys that are listening, is that not what I said? Or did I say something contrary to that? I'm just curious. They chose not to leave. I agree with that part. Because the part that I said about what they did wrong is that at that point, when you're asked to leave, you should just leave. That was my advice at that point. But we're talking about post this entire situation because it had already happened at that point. Okay, what else did he say? What is trespassing? Let's look it up. Actually, you know what? I looked up trespassing at the time, and between trespassing and I can't remember the other one. It was trespassing and something else, but it was such a long definition at that point. So we're not questioning whether the police arrested them wrongfully or not. What we're saying is the fact that they should not have been called. It was a non-emergency thing. They hyped up the situation. Everybody hyped up the situation. That was a false report. They said they're creating a disturbance. How are you creating a disturbance? When you ask to use the bathroom, they tell you no. They say you either need to buy something or leave. And you say, we're here waiting on somebody, but I'm not going to purchase anything because we're here to wait on somebody. She walks off and calls the police. Where's the disturbance? Man, you guys are saying some interesting things, to say the least, in the chat. It's just interesting. I'm not going to say it's bad because I don't mind y'all being engaged. It's just interesting. But here's the rest of the video.
What do you want to see happen here, Dante?
What I want is for a young man to not be traumatized by this and instead motivated, inspired.
And now a North Carolina man says a similar incident happened to him in a Charlotte Starbucks in 2016. LaMarcus Cook says he was asked to leave by security because they didn't believe that he had made a purchase. He says he had made a purchase. He streamed part of the encounter on Facebook Live. He has since hired an attorney. Robin.
Yeah, this continues on. And again, we have to remember next month, Starbucks is going to have an afternoon of racial bias training. So we'll see what happens.
Thousands of stores all across the country.
Yep, and that's a big issue right there because that's going to end up causing Starbucks to lose a whole lot of money. Now, for the person that said that, he said refusing to leave is the disturbance. This is the thing when it comes to a disturbance. Actually, let's give the definition of the disturbance just so we can eradicate that particular argument. Let's look it up. Let's see here. Okay, well that's a legal term there. Violence or trouble. No, I don't like that. Let's look up a little bit of because that's a little bit of a harsh definition. Hold on, let me see. Disturbance definitions. I'm gonna try to go for Merriam-Webster, so you guys know where I'm looking. I'm gonna try dictionary.com and Merriam-Webster. The act of the act of disturbing, the state of being disturbed, apologize for creating a disturbance, a local variation from the average or normal wind conditions. That's an example. Let me see. I don't like those definitions. Let's try dictionary.com. It's a state of being disturbed. An outbreak of disorder, a breach of public peace. Okay, so let's go with that one. An outbreak of disorder, a breach of public peace. So where did they create an outbreak of disorder, or where did they create a breach of public peace? By saying, we're not going to leave because we're here waiting on somebody. That's how the cops took it. Oh, I know. That's my point. That's my point. What I'm saying is that the information that they passed on was false. So if you say, and actually, I have to put more blame than just on Holly. And the reason for that is because there was also the 911 operator who just passed it on through, and the other people that relayed the phone call ended up saying there was a disturbance. Holly never said there was a disturbance. She just said that these men won't leave, and we've asked them to leave, and they won't buy nothing. So that's where we're at with that. So let me give you guys this next video here real quick, which is their actual interview that they had with Good Morning America. Here we go. These are the two gentlemen that were arrested.
I was just trying to, process the situation to myself at the time, because I'm thinking about my family that I have, my community. So in that moment, I'm trying to process what's going on, because it didn't really hit me what was going on.
We need a real and actual solid apology. I am not.
What did you think when you saw police arrive, Dante?
He can't be here for us. They just said we have to leave. There was no question of, was there a problem here? He wasn't read any rights. Nothing. Just double lock, handcuffs behind our back, and escorted out and put into a squad car.
We approached Starbucks and suggested that we engage in mediation.
That it's not just a black people thing. This is a people thing. And that's exactly what we want to see out of this, and that's true change. So put action into place and stop using your words.
Starbucks coffee is anti-black. Starbucks coffee is anti-black.
Wow, man. I mean, and the thing about it, guys, is what I'm saying is that this whole thing starts with management. Okay? Did I see the other restroom video? I did not. If you want to send it to me, you can email it to me. I'll be happy to take a look at it before we wrap up. I'll be happy to. Email me at thesotoyoudig@gmail.com if you have the link for it. My whole thing is this. I put this entire situation, starting this entire situation, because I'm the type of person that if I run a business, I'm going to be accountable for everything that happens in that business. If something gets stolen in my business, it's my fault. If some people are fighting and arguing, it's my fault. If somebody's order is wrong, it's my fault. If the tables aren't clean, it's my fault. The bathroom's dirty, it's my fault. The windows haven't been washed, floor hasn't been swept, it's my fault. If a table is broken, it's my fault. Do you get what I'm saying? If you run a business, everything about that business, shout out to my people that own businesses out there, because I know it was a couple people agreeing with that earlier. If you run a business, then you are responsible for everything in that business in its entirety. Okay? And that's part of what I'm talking about. That whole thing could have been avoided by everybody. It could have stopped at the police. It could have stopped at the 911 call. It could have stopped at the dispatch. It could have stopped at the young men. It could have stopped at the management. And it definitely could have been less exacerbated by the police commissioner saying that the police did nothing wrong, and now he's backtracking off of his statements. So I'm actually going to play you guys that video if I can find that one real quick. Yep, here it is. This is the actual apology. This is the video that you guys were looking for. So I want you to hear from the actual police commissioner's mouth his apology. Here we go.
I'm here to discuss the unfortunate incident that has been in the news about this great city. An incident that I fully acknowledge that I played a significant role in making worse. For starters, I should have said the officers acted within the scope of the law and not that they didn't do anything wrong. Words are very important. While it is no excuse, my lack of awareness of the Starbucks business model played a role in my messaging. While this is apparently a well-known fact with Starbucks customers, not everyone is aware that people spend long hours in Starbucks and aren't necessarily expected to make a purchase. I've had multiple discussions over the last few days, and it is I shouldn't say a well-known fact, but a widespread belief that everyone knows that about Starbucks. I'm here to tell you that I did not, and it is also reasonable to believe that the officers didn't know it either, as I have spoken to a number of people who are not Starbucks customers who are not aware. I was under the belief that people went there and they spent hours and hours, but that the expectation was that they bought something first. I was not unaware.
Hold on, wait a minute. Now, I'm going to point out something else that Officer Asshole said that I disagree with. He said, I hate when people are fucking disingenuous. Excuse my language. I hate when people are disingenuous. Now, you call yourself apologizing. All you got to do is come out and apologize. Say, hey, I might have said some things wrong. He's just piling on. He said, well, I wasn't aware that people, could just come into Starbucks and sit for hours and hours and hours. Really? Is that what he's saying that these two gentlemen did? Anybody in the chat before we wrap this thing up? Somebody tell me that's what these gentlemen did. They sat there for hours and hours and hours and didn't buy nothing, and they were told to leave after hours and hours and hours. Thank you, United Guns of America. I appreciate that. I like that too. I like that too, Pan. Come on, somebody holler at your boy. I'm going to back that up and I'm going to let y'all hear what this police commissioner said. And it's just like, man, it's like he has every opportunity to make this right. He just keeps screwing it up, trying to so-called back his officers. In all actuality, I think he's trying to back his people that put him in that position. Uh-oh. He's not really apologizing. I 100% agree. Listen to what he said again.
I shouldn't say a well-known fact, but a widespread belief that everyone knows that about Starbucks. I'm here to tell you that I did not, and it is also reasonable to believe that the officers didn't know it either, as I have spoken to a number of people who are not Starbucks customers who are not aware. I was under the belief that people went there and they spent hours and hours, but that the expectation was that they bought something first. I was not unaware. I was not aware of that, and so that is on me. I was under the belief that people went there and they spent hours and hours, but that the expectation was that they bought something first. I was not unaware. I was under the belief that people went there and they spent hours and hours, but that the expectation was that they bought something first. I was not unaware.
Am I picking that conversation up wrong? SodaYouDig@gmail.com. Can somebody put my it's just basically my channel name at Gmail. If somebody can put my email in there. Like I say, maybe I'm hearing him wrong. I could be hearing him wrong. But he said, I wasn't aware that you could just sit inside of a Starbucks for hours and hours and hours and not pay for anything.
I was not aware of that, and so that is on me. I can appreciate, in light of the Starbucks policy and how well known it is to many, why these two men were appalled when they were asked to leave. For this reason, I apologize to them. As for the number of officers who responded, that becomes another issue.
Keep in mind, guys, on tape, since people want to say, where's your proof? Where's your facts? There was a video out there that we showed on the last time that we did this topic. There were 6 police officers that started moving the chairs out the way like it's about to be a Royal Rumble in that thing. 6 on camera. Basically trapping these dudes inside of a small space and surrounding them. 6 that we know of, that we saw on tape, not even including what might have been outside.
These officers, just in good faith, were trying to do everything that they could to prevent anyone from getting hurt. I understand how that could alarm people, but
in my opinion, I don't think that he was doing everything that those police officers were doing everything in their power to make sure that nobody was hurt, because there was nobody threatened to be hurt, first of all. Second of all, I believe that they were doing everything in their power to enforce what they thought the law was at that moment, based on the information that they were given. Big difference. Big difference. There's a difference between protecting people from a dangerous situation. There was nothing that spelled danger about this. There was not even anything danger related in the message to the 911 call, nor the dispatch. The officers did everything that they could to enforce the law that they thought that they were in their rights to be able to inflict on these 2 men when they showed up. That's the truth.
Intent was not to intimidate. The
intent was not to intimidate. How was it not? If you call 911, it should have been a life and death situation. Holly said on tape, per the 911 call, that these men refused to leave after we asked them to leave when they say they weren't going to buy anything. Where's the emergency in that? Where's the life and death in that? So if it wasn't life and death that was reported and got down to the police officers, then what was their purpose of showing up 6 deep? To just remove somebody and ask somebody to leave the store. The point was to intimidate them. It don't take 6 people. And they haven't done anything. They physically hadn't done anything. Y'all act like y'all don't remember times where people just sat at the back of the bus or just sat at the front of the bus. They just sat. They didn't necessarily do anything. They didn't do anything offensive. They just sat. It was an action or an inaction. She called law enforcement to enforce the law. Okay, Crazy Cash Larry. This is the problem with that statement. She called law enforcement to enforce the law, and then they found out after they arrested these men that they didn't break any laws. So to say that they enforced the law and then they didn't break the law are contradictory statements, sir. You don't, I mean, are we still missing each other on that point? The police and the police commissioner and the police department let the men go because they found out that the men did not violate any laws at all. So at the end of the day, if they get paid behind this big fat lawsuit that I think that they need to file, then I guess we'll see who's right and who's wrong about what at that point. But I'm going to finish this and we're going to get up out of here.
actually to do something different.
So,
hey, NBC News viewer.
All right, that is the end of the video, and I appreciate you guys for coming through. We maxed out at about 260 people. Not too bad. We're getting up there. It varies from time to time, but that is expected. So, again, I'd like to thank you guys for coming through. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to leave you guys with my closing thoughts. Again, shout out to Rashawn Nelson and Dante Robinson, which were the two men that were involved in this situation, the two black men. I think in their situation, what the police commissioner should have originally done, because he is the man in charge in that situation, is he should not have made a judgment until he got all of his facts together before excusing the officers and excusing the entire situation by saying that they didn't do anything wrong. He should have waited until he got all the facts, which is why he had to issue an apology. Number two, when it comes to Starbucks and their management, I just think that as individual managers, they're going to have individual situations. Everybody's city, everybody's town, everybody's Starbucks is going to be a little bit different. So I believe that you need to hire people that understand their demographics and understand how to deal with people. Because I've worked around a lot of different kinds of people. I've led crews. I've talked to customers, thousands and thousands of customers over the phone, in person. So I have a good sense of discernment, a very good sense of discernment. So, I think that, more than anything, we just need to understand. I think this is a clear situation where we just need to understand each other better as human beings. We need to first see each other as human beings first. So for men, for women, boys, girls, babies, marriages, families, the United States, the police, guys, I'm begging you, from here on out, we need to start seeing each other more as humans. The better we get along as humans, the less problems that we're going to have going forward. And believe me when I tell you, we're going to need it, and we're going to need it soon before something bad happens. All right, those are my closing thoughts. Again, man, this is your boy DJ Just Jay. We're gonna wrap up, man, and I'm gonna give a couple of shout outs here to some people that donated. Looks like we got a couple more, so yes, I will read those out for you guys. Who was that said that? That was and by the way, let me go back and read what Crazy Cash Larry said. He said, "Good show, DJ. You came in prepared with your argument. I can respect that, even though I don't agree." Crazy Cash Larry, my brother, it's an honor to have you here watching the show. And believe me, I don't want necessarily, just like Tommy, I don't want people here necessarily just agreeing with everything that we say. And that's why I always ask people to do is fact check. Look up the information. So yeah, you don't have to always agree with anything that we say, but I feel like the longer that you guys stay with us on our shows, that you'll see that the thing that we try to do is we just try to be fair more than anything. I just try to be on the side of fair. I'm not on the side of black. I'm not on the side of white. I'm on the side of fair. Just try to be a logical thinker, like the guy down there in the bottom said there. So let me give a couple of shout outs here real quick. And let me also say shout out to my silent co-host, Jerry McLeod. You want to say hi, baby? She back here looking all cute and stuff because that's what my baby do. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Let me give a shout out to Kingdom Minded again. Shout out to Kingdom Minded. If you're still watching, much love to Kingdom Minded. What did he say? Oh well, that's cool. So shout out to Kingdom Minded. Thank you very much. Also, shout out to my brother Classic Young Man. He's still in the building. Classic Young Man, I need to get you these other couple of songs that I have. Real hot music, bro. So again, shout out to Classic Young Man. Shout out to, make sure I can say your name, Jayton or Jayton L. Shout out to Jayton. Appreciate that. Let's see. Shout out to, I'm new to your show this week, but I want to help more when I can as part of Soto Nation. Jimmy D is in the chat. Jimmy D. All right, man. Where you at, Jimmy D? Seeing Where's he at? Yeah, man, appreciate that, Jimmy D, man. Shout out to you, bro. And I know that you said you wanted to post some links earlier, so now you have the ability to do that. So again, thank you, Jimmy D, for the support. Definitely appreciate that. Also, let me make sure I can say the name. Okay, I'm gonna just read it first. Okay, I think I can read this. Okay. Love the backdrop and the color scheme. Oh, hi Jay. Love the backdrop and the color scheme. It's very complimentary to the imagery of this story. Very relaxing while maintaining vibrance to the eye. Your setup allows me to interactively listen to your words while engaging my eyes without distraction. We love you lots, David and Pan. Pandorians, shout out to my sister Pandorians. Make sure to tell David I said hi. Tell the fam I said thank you. As always, you guys have been absolutely amazing. So definitely look forward to linking up with you guys. Me and Jay McLovin gonna come out, come see you. So shout out to my sister Pandorians. Also, we have, last but not least, my brother Relationship Rehab says, great show, bro. Keep up the outstanding work. Salute. Appreciate that. You guys make sure and subscribe to the Relationship Rehab channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel that he's logged into right now, which is United Guns of America. And also make sure you guys stay tuned for TAIT, Talk About It Tuesdays. Love that show. And hopefully him and Tommy can get back together for the Guru and the Horse Show. So y'all make sure and subscribe to those 3 channels. The Relationship Rehab, United Guns of America, and the Guru and the Horse channel. Also, shout out to my sister Tanisha from Morning Soto. Shout out to my sister Packer Girl who was in the building. If not for Packer Girl, I would not be here. I would not be your host. If not for Tommy giving her a platform, none of this would exist at all. So shout out to my brother Tommy Sotomayor. Y'all make sure and pass him this link. Make sure and tell him I said thank you. As always, Tommy knows I appreciate him, but I'm going to continue to keep saying it and keep saying it. Thank you for blessing me with the tools, brother, to be able to allow my voice to be heard. And I think that we have an important message here as a group, as Soto Nation. Together, we are powerful together. And I definitely appreciate you guys continuing to spread the word. We had almost about 260 people here today. That's a hell of an improvement of where we started from. Hell, I remember days when we didn't have nothing close to that. So again, thank you guys so much. For the people that watch this on the replay, if you guys make sure and like, share, and subscribe, that helps. Make sure and check in the description box. You can always send donations to the show. PayPal.me/DJJustJOK. You can also do monthly contributions at Patreon.me/DJJustJOK. You can also check out the Life t-shirts, which I'm going to send to my guy DJ C Smooth and Classy Young Man, because I already owe them shirts. Life. Love yourself first every day. Love yourself first every day. Love yourself first every day. Y'all make sure to pick those shirts up on Spreadshirt on spreadshirt.com/DJJustJOK. Click that link. Thank you guys for a great show. You guys have a great night. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you back here in the next day or two. All right. Peace.